Hey everyone, thanks for joining me with the Monday.com crash course. In this lesson, we're going to talk about managing tasks. And to manage tasks, we're going to use the My Work section, which is located as the second option down in the Monday.com sidebar. The My Work section will contain every task that has been assigned to you in a people field, and it works across all the workspaces, all the boards, anything inside of the Monday account where you have an assigned item or sub item, it will appear in your My Work. How is this helpful? This makes it very easy. Instead of going through all these different workspaces and all the different boards and all the different folders to figure out what you need to do, you can manage it here in the My Work section. All right, let's take a look at how we might process this. First off, you can see we have a number of sections that are automatically built in. We have overdue today, this week, next week, later, and without a date. Right off the bat, we can see that the My Work section bases how to organize your tasks on a date. Now you can customize this over here. That's going to be not for the crash course and in a different lesson on how to really customize this and get this tuned up. But for this quick lesson on how to do it, what we're going to focus on is just processing these and getting them organized. What you'll want to do first off is take these dates that are overdue, and I like to think about dates in this case as the next time I want to pay attention to this task. And using a system like this, it helps me really plan when I'm going to do things and how to structure my weeks out. Essentially, I can take any of these and say, all right, instead of doing this way back in August, I'm actually going to do this one today. I'm going to do this one tomorrow, etc. I'll map all these out, put a few more into today, and you can already see how quickly this is getting things organized. Let's move some a little bit further in the future, maybe a couple weeks out. And essentially, while I'm doing this, if we did need to establish some due dates that wasn't this exact date, for example, you can have multiple date fields inside of a task in Monday, then you would be able to go in and set a final delivery date or a client deliverable date or whatever it might be, and then use this date to manage when you want to pay attention to it next. And by doing that, you're able to now get something that looks a little bit like this. So if I move this and minimize it all down, you can see we have 0 overdue items, and then we have items spread out over our next couple of weeks. Now we have 1 without a date, and that just means that the date field is empty. Let's also set when we're going to work on that. We'll move that into today. At this point, is very easy to see. Today we have 3 items. The rest of this week we have 2. Next week we have 1. Beyond that we have 2. A good rule of thumb is to try to keep overdue empty, because you don't really want tasks that are in the past when you are using a date that represents when you want to pay attention to it next. And if you don't have dates, it's really hard to keep it organized. But when you do have the dates and then you organize it based on how you want to pay attention to it or when you want to work on that task or item next, now you can expand this, and every time you log into Monday, you're just focused on this. If you take a couple minutes at the beginning of the week and a few minutes here and there throughout the week just to keep things organized like this, you don't have the long lists of figuring out what you need to work on, how you're going to organize it, what the dependencies are, etc. You can structure it over the next couple weeks and let Monday do all the nice work for you of just showing you what you've already planned to work on today, tomorrow, the next day, etc. Keeps things very easy, and it's a very simple way to manage your tasks in Monday.